Hey rookies, what's up? Welcome to this edition of the Bourbon Rookie, where I'm excited to bring you a tasting of RD1. Finally got a, well, allocated wouldn't be the word, but a semi-allocated or a semi-hard to find distillery for my market here in Long Island, New York. This has been out for about 2 years and it's been well reviewed online. So like anything else, when you watch as many reviews as I do, because I'm a little bit of a whiskey nerd, and you finally catch something that you've seen over and over again get reviewed, it's finally on your shelf. You get excited to bring it home and give it a shot. So I'm gonna see if I agree with some of the more popular reviews that I've seen out there, such as SLB Drinks, Bourbon Junkies, Mash and Drum, etc. Even Fred Minnick. Kentucky straight bourbon finished with Brazilian Amburana wood, and I've got a screenshot of the makeup. I like the fact that it is a 110 proof. And we're gonna crack this bad boy open and give it a taste. All right, and we're back, and I've got myself a nice pour here. The color on this is just an unbelievable amber, copper to red, depending upon how you look at it on the screen. Crazy popcorn smell coming off the nose. Now remember, I just opened this and I need to aerate it a little bit. But it's popcorn. And oddly enough, like a moss. Or peat, like a peat moss. Maybe even a little hint of dark chocolate. Hint. So the mash bill on this is 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley, aged 4 years. And this is another distillery that uses local limestone well water. Don't know the significance of that. Wow. This is definitely a unique flavor profile. It's like an explosion of flavors going in different directions. Definitely getting that barley, that peaty note. And I'm getting like a flat popcorn. A lot of oak on this. A lot of oak up into the sinuses. And coming all the way down with that whiskey hug. Oof, my eyes are almost watering. Was not expecting that. The more I aerate the alcohol in the glass, the more the alcohol comes up into my sinuses. It's just more of an ethanol light popcorn. Wow. Let's try again. This sip is definitely a lot better, but it's very viscous. I'm getting a lot of viscosity out of this. Camera, hello. Checking that oil. So I'm getting dark chocolate. viscosity is nice. It's nice coating. But that oakiness is really taking over the sip. It's oaky, and it gets hot, and that heat just expands on the palate, and it's very distracting, especially when you're trying to do a tasting. I'm kind of not digging this. This might be one of those things that I'd have to put away for a little while and go back and explore it down the road and see if maybe somehow or another air got inside the bottle and changed the flavor on this a little bit. But I'm not really liking this. For me, this was a lot of hype. So much hype, like, you know, when there's a movie out that everybody's talking about, and you don't get to see it for like 6 months. It's probably won an Oscar, and by the time you get to see the movie, you're so hyped up to see it from all this, you know, word of mouth and all this, you know, all the publicity, that when you see it, you're like, this, you know, this sucks. This is kind of like the same type of feeling that I'm getting from this. I was so excited to get this home, and now I'm like, oh, wasted $69.99. I'm sorry, I know this is boring, but I was getting a decent flavor on the initial sip, and then that heat just, it's just too hot for me. That heat just takes over the entire sip and ruins the palate for me. It just ruins the sipping experience. It's just so hot, and it actually expands out on the palate and on the way down through the esophagus and into the chest. I tell you, if you have a cold, you know, the old remedy, this would be the perfect remedy to loosen up a cold because of that heat. Yeah, I'm really having a hard time pinning down. Like, I've seen in some of the flavor descriptions, apricot. I'm not getting that at all. I'm getting like a dark chocolate, maybe a popcorn peanut vibe, and then that heat, before I can even get any more flavor out of it, that heat just takes over and really kind of lets you down on this one. So yeah, I'm not digging this. This video is probably a little bit way too long, but I'm not digging it. Yeah. The things that I'm digging the most is there is a certain viscosity on the initial sip. And the other thing I'm digging is that it starts at the tip of the tongue, the flavors, and works its way to the back of the palate, which is definitely unique. The viscosity, the oils, keeps all the flavors in the palate. But then, boom, that heat just takes over. So, for me, $69, $69.99. There's so many other different things I'd rather buy out there. I'm really disappointed in this. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody that, you know, values their $69.99 and would want to spend it on a better product. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. It's not going to hinder me from trying their other whiskeys to see if, you know, maybe a lower proof might be better. I don't know, but yeah, what a disappointment. So, thanks for hanging in there with me on this one, guys. I know it was tough to watch me choke on these sips, but we appreciate you. So stay frosty out there, guys, and we'll see you hopefully soon. Take care. Bye for now.